the big London tattoo show. The big London tattoo show. Hello. Oh, I don't know, fucking hell, man. I don't know. Not hello. Who says hello anymore? No hellos. No hello. Yeah. Well, so this last weekend was the big London tattoo show. And I know I made a video about this before because I loved it. I thought it was great. But I've got to do my little rundown of the weekend.
I'm excited. Are you excited?
I'm so excited, man.
Okay.
Because it was exceptional. It was flipping great. I tells ya, I'm going to try to stop swearing in my videos because sometimes my kids watch them and they go, "Daddy, don't swear." And I'm like, oh man, come on. It's just in my language. Yeah, it was stress, the prep of it all. I wanted to get some really good things to sell this time around. Because every time I get to a convention, all my ideas come the day I set up. The first moment I get there and I look around and I see everyone else's stuff. So I wanted to get some shit put together. And yeah, I still left it to the last minute. I had a friend, Danielle Hicks, help me out. Red Beard Wood Work. And I probably fucked up the name of his company there, but I'll tag him below. He's really cool. You guys check him out on the Instagrams. We put together a little like cathedral window. I'll try and show you a picture of it here. Layered from laser cut wood. Yeah, it come out sweet. But that was like fucking 2 weeks before, so I really didn't give myself enough time to get that done without stress. So yeah, that was one thing we put together, that was sick. And I had the prints, loads of artwork. We got a big, massive Canon Pixma Pro 10S. It's actually Alice's, and she brought into the shop so it could be used because it wasn't getting used much at home. So we were making some prints with that. The smaller prints, the bigger prints, I use a company called the Print Space, just so I know that they're, you know. I made a sign, which I'm now gonna try and include in my videos because it looks kind of pro, sort of, maybe. But this come out looking cool, man. I was chuffed with that. Just hanging up on the back of my the back of the wall at the convention. Yeah, that was the prep. You know, obviously, other than that, your sheets. Yeah, business cards, your flyers, your stickers, your whatever the fuck you're gonna put on the table, your flash, yeah, and all that stuff. Just gotta make sure you get it all together. In fact, you know what? I'm gonna make a little video, convention essentials. So you've got a little, you can maybe make your own little lists to make sure you've packed everything you need when you go. Because I swear on my life, every time we forget something, all of us do. This time, for the first time, I was exhibiting my artworks, my larger stuff. Some of them were the last print in a run of like 10 or 20, and some of them were a first print in a run of 10 or 20. So either way, they were special.
I feel like this one might be easier because you've got 3 straight panels.
Yeah, maybe.
So you can just really line up. This in the middle, those on the sides, that on the sides.
Should we try it?
Yeah.
And I had them. I had some custom-sized frames put together, and I framed them myself, ready for the convention, which I sold at the convention on an exhibition wall. I tell you now, man, that was so damn important to me because, like I explained to a lot of people at the convention, the artwork I do outside of tattooing, as much as I love tattooing, that artwork is my baby. That's what I do in my spare time, you know, that's what I do to relax. A lot of the tattooing side of things is work. It is work. It feels like work, you know, unless I'm drawing a flash piece or something, like I'm working on the guides of someone else's ideas a lot of the time. So these prints are like, you know, I do them in my spare time and they're done when they're done. There's no rush, which is really nice. That was fucking cool. But I had to make sure they were all ready, you know, and because I was selling them, they weren't damaged on the way up or anything like that. One thing I didn't do that I'm fucking annoyed I didn't do is finish writing my stories. I had a load of little stories written for each print. And when I say finished, they're done, but I never got around to printing them off, put them in little frames that I could put up next to the prints on the walls. So that was a shame.
Excuse me, what'd you say?
No, don't film me. I'm shy. I'm so shy.
We left on the, well, we actually went up on the Friday, set up, because we got there about 3 or 4. I had to get my kids from school and do all that shit, because I had my kids all weekend still. We got up on the Friday, we set up all our stuff, got my wall up as much as I could, and then did all that, messed around, said hello to a couple of people who were there, and then, came back, went up again on the Saturday morning and continued the prep. Drive up wasn't too bad, so it was nice. And, man, got that shit up just in time for the doors to open. It was kind of smooth sailing, if I'm honest. It never usually is. There wasn't much forgotten. We did have a chance to go back on the Saturday to get the shit, but, there wasn't any problems. So I was loving that shit, because then we can just relax. I didn't have it in my head that I was going to tattoo much, because it was more about the exhibition for me this time. I hadn't booked anything in. I was going to do walk-ups. I didn't end up doing walk-ups. I did a little piece on loose grey. A friend of mine from Bianonymous Tattoo up in Scotland. I've worked up there before.
Just on it. I'm like this.
Oh, right, yeah.
She's cool as hell, so I did a little freehand piece on her on the evening of the Saturday, but even then that was only a little piece, and it was, whether I had time or not, whether she finished on time or not, so there was nothing planned, there was no stress, it was cool. So on my booth, like I said, I had my prints, I had a frog, I'll try and show you each print on here as I go. I had a Randall Crunch, the frog knight, in search of his bolognese recipe. I had a print of him. I had the neon horse and a black and grey horse that I did. I had a flash set. It was more of just a collection of some I had left, some new ones, what I could print in time. I had that on my table, I had my key rings. I made these little stands out of twigs and a hot glue gun. Yaz had a nice little metal stand for her key rings, and I fucking wanted one too. But I didn't have time to go and buy one, so I thought I'd get some sticks and glue them together. Also used them sticks to make some stands for the prints. Actually turned out alright. It was a bit long, doing it on the Friday night before the convention, but fuck it. It was cool, man. Bit handmade touch to it, I had some pink business cards and the shop cards landed. I didn't have many stickers left, but what I did have left I put out too. Then I had my pelican backdrop, a moth and flame backdrop, and this light, which was supposed to be on the exhibition wall, but unfortunately we couldn't get power to it, so we had it on the wall behind my booth instead. Now the exhibition was sick. Like I said, it was very important to me. It was important because this is stuff I put a lot of passion into, and it's something I'd like to get into more. I'd love to do some more poster art-esque stuff, some art for bands, and I would love to have my own gallery. There was a lot of other artists in the exhibition. I managed to speak to quite a few of them. Jack, or Wet Your Jaws, was there, and he had his big originals. They were cool as hell. And I spoke to Elliot Wells, who's an absolute diamond, and we was talking a lot about, because he draws a lot of artwork based on the lore of Lord of the Rings and the Elden Ring, the Souls games, and etc. And so I was chatting to him about a lot of his stuff, because he was selling some originals, he had some prints as well, and he was just smashing it. His stuff looked great, man. I think he pretty much sold them all, I'm pretty sure. And he's got some really cool stuff coming up. But it's really nice to talk to these people about non-tattoo related art and get an idea of what the world is like outside of a tattoo studio. How, he went about with he was featured in a few books. He's made his own book, and I was talking to him about that. It was really cool. Had that tribute, I guess now, to Zed Lahed, had his cool as hell artwork there. And my mentor and good friend Callie had his biomech paintings up, which were obviously sick as fuck. And he was there. I saw him for a little while on Saturday, and then a little bit on Sunday. Also had Ruby from Nobody's Business at the convention. So that was really inspirational to get to see all this shit on the walls and be part of it as well. I was so grateful to have my corner at the convention, and people would come up, had a little sign saying things are for sale. If you want to talk prices, turn around. I'm sitting there staring at you, looking at my shit. Sitting there, staring at you, staring at my art. Come over and talk to me. I met some really nice people because of that. We had a lot of friends working at the show, a lot of friends' studios. Mare Street Market, not Mare Street Market, Nobody's Business, their shop is in Mare Street Market. Chloe and Ashia, By Anonymous, the girls there, Emily and Luce, and then, there were so many. And Ben Dunning was there.
I'm really nervous right now. I want to see that pen cap pop off. I'm really fucking nervous. Really?
Where all the guys from Pardon My French came, didn't work it, just came for the day, just to chill out and hang around. Josh Folds. Ben Nothing, sorry. But no, so many fucking shops. I feel bad. Who else was tattooing that I know? Oh my god, I'm still fucking tired. I can't even fucking remember. Bumped into so many people I know, but now I can't remember if they were tattooing or not. I don't know, whatever. There were so many people there. Sorry if I missed your name out, but you know I love you. Always. There's so many international artists as well, from all over the world, which is good as well, because London's quite new. There was a few guys, I can't remember their names, unfortunately, but they were sick, and they were doing a 2-day, a one piece over 2 days. 2 guys on one leg, 2 days. They were just next to James at the end of our booth. And yeah, man, they were smashing it. So it was so good to see like this mix of the world, and I think like every year the more they do this and the better these conventions get, the bigger the pull on these people coming in will be. There'll be so many more artists from around the world coming in and working it, and it's really nice to see that shit. And I know that next year they've just announced that they're doing 3 days, but I think the first day apparently is going to be more exhibition centric. I don't know what that means exactly, but we'll see. And obviously you had all your fucking food, your arcade games for free, like the retro ones, and my god, they had a Terminator 2 pinball machine that made me feel like a kid again.
You gotta watch this film.
I want to. What? Whoa. Ah! Do you want to try?
Yeah, I do.
And I got my son on it. I had my son with me for the weekend, and that was cool as hell.
You gonna earn me some money?
Yeah.
Are you?
Yeah. No, I mean money.
Me and him were going on all the pinball machines, and he took me on the bumper cars with a bunch of our friends as well. And then there was a waltzer there. I think no, it wasn't a waltzer. I don't know what it was, but it was a big spinny thing that made me feel sick. And I said I wouldn't go on it, and he managed to get me on it. And I felt like I had vertigo for the rest of the day. It was fucking horrible, but fun. It was really good fun. You know, I have to say, it's a sick convention. It's a really fucking cool convention. It's a good convention if you're gonna take kids to as well, or your first one if you get a chance to go to. Like, and I don't mean working, I mean coming to see the artists, because not only is there so many artists, decent artists as well, but there's so much else to see. Obviously you've got all the entertainment, the food. There's actually food vendors there, like outside food stalls. People come in and sell shit. Good coffee, fucking great cookies, I'm not gonna lie. The stalls are varied, there's clothing, there's jewellery, there's lots of taxidermy. I found a cool stall that was an art dealer selling, I actually bought a poster, a Ken Taylor print, like a proper print as well, from Metallica, a Spain Metallica show. Jewellery, all sorts, man. There was just stuff everywhere, all sorts of crafts and arts, and then you had the ride. They're free. With your ticket, you just get on the rides whenever you want. It's all free. So it's just so cool for your first one. And one that made me feel great is that I took my son to his first ever convention, and he could be himself and not feel worried about it. Not like he really feels worried about it any other time. He's only 9. He wear what he wants. He doesn't care. But it was nice to see him going around. He had a little bandana on, big tattoo shirt on that he bought himself with the money that I paid him for helping me that day. And he bought a chain. I'm not wearing it right now, but he made me buy it as well. So we got like matching chains. That was really cool. But you could see the confidence in him. He wanted to walk around. He wanted to chat to people. He was helping out, pack away in the end, and it was so nice to see. Like, I'm not ever going to push my kids into getting into tattooing or getting into anything for that matter. All I want them to be is confident in themselves to be able to do that stuff. And this convention really, and not just this convention, but every convention, they can help kids be themselves. You know, a lot of people probably say, oh, it's not a place for kids to go to. Why? Why isn't it? It's not like it's not like people are like, yeah, there might be a bit of skin on show, but even then they're covered up. It's not like people walk around butt naked. It's like, yeah, there's adult themes there for sure, 100%, but it's life, man. They're just walking around and having a look. If you don't want to see a thing, walk along past. You don't have to stand there and stare. So I think it was really cool. And I'm so glad I brought my son. My daughter was jealous. She came to Brighton 2 years ago and she had a great time. And I think she was a little bit jealous she couldn't go to this one. So I think the next time I'll attempt to bring them both. I don't know how that'll happen, how that'll work out. We'll find out. But they're getting a bit older now, so I can leave them to their things, their stuff. So yeah, anyway, man, I had a really good time. I'm glad I went. I cannot wait till next year. We've got Tattoo Expo, which is the Brighton-Bristol crossover. That's next month. And I'm pumped because of London, so I'm looking forward to that. I will be tattooing more at that than I did at London. But like I said, London was more, for me, it was more about my exhibition and showing off my artwork, selling some prints and stuff. London's going to be more based on tattoos. And I will have some prints to sell there as well. But yeah, if you came down to the show, and I haven't mentioned you, and we had a good chat, like, I'm sorry, there was like, man, I chatted to so many people, there's so many nice people. There's one guy that came all the way from fucking Brazil because he saw my last video about the last London convention. First time he'd ever left the country and he came from Brazil. I, for the life of me, cannot remember his name, but I will find it out and I will tag him in because he's actually a sick tattooist as well. And he was nice as hell, man. Really made me feel good. So that was cool as fuck. And there was a million other people I spoke to as well. Some really nice people come up and commented on the YouTube, stuff like that. And how it's really helped them through some harder times during tattooing, or like even get into it a bit more. But anyway, I'm fucking tired still. My voice is dead, and I just want to just die right now. So I'm going to go do that. I really fucking appreciate all of you. Everyone who's at the convention. You're all legends. Thanks for making it the best weekend ever. Guys, a big London tattoo. Don't ever stop. Keep pushing. Keep getting it bigger. This will be one of the best, if not the best, in the UK at some point. Might already be. Who knows? I'm not here judging whose conventions are better than who. I've had different experience of each of them. Just saying. So far, London, you ain't let me down. Love and thunder. Yeah. Okay, cool. A good day. And I see you on the flip-flop.